Hello everyone and welcome back. So this week turned out to be a bit different than most weeks because of course we had the tour this week, which was quite successful. It was so wonderful to meet all of you. I can't believe how far some people came to the event. I know South Carolina was in the house, Iowa was in the house, even a guy from Alaska, which is really crazy. Now I know not everybody was coming directly just for my house, but kind of scheduled their events around coming to the tour and seeing my neighborhood and seeing the house, and I think that's really cool. So to everyone who came out, thank you guys so much. Like I said, it was so wonderful meeting you all. I do wish I had more time to spend with each and every one of you. But again, thank you guys so much for being here. It really kind of warmed my heart to see the house so full of life and enthusiasm. And you guys really made it special, so thank you. Of course, the tour itself did eat up a lot of time as far as me cleaning this place so people could, walk through the areas without tripping on things or stepping on things or falling through holes. Obviously, we've had that problem in the past. So I had to make sure everything was secure and that people could really enjoy the space. We have a better working environment because of it. So it certainly was not a waste of time. But behind the scenes, a lot of things have happened. And there's going to be a lot of projects happening in a very quick timeline here. So roughly the next month, a lot of things are going to be happening. First thing is the plumbers are coming back and they're actually going to be here Tuesday. So you guys will all be watching this Monday. They'll be here the next day. So tomorrow for you all. So that means I actually have to prepare a few things. First things first, I have to get the kitchen wall that's built up. There's some weird furring out that one of the previous owners put around the chimney in the kitchen that I need to get out. It's just framing. I don't know why they framed it out, but it's been framed out. So I need to pull all of that stuff off there so I can make room for the plumbers to get the pipe up so we can have the kitchen sink roughed in. Next thing I have to do is I pop some holes in the hallway on the first floor and make sure that the bathroom on the second floor has enough room so I can get the pipe from the basement, the drain pipe and the vent from the basement all the way up to the third floor. That way we can have our bathroom on the third floor, something that's greatly needed. Within that, I probably have to take down some of the ceiling that is already falling in Mr. Brown's bedroom. Another thing that's going to be happening is we're getting a hot water heater in this next week. And we're going to get a temporary shower installed in the basement over the drain that's for the basement. So it'll be some little haphazard improvised shower, let's say. But it does mean we are able to shower here, which means I no longer need to go back to the place I was living at before for anything. Other than to check in on the collection of things that I've got over there, because it's basically storage at this point. So that's good. It means it saves me a lot of time. Anytime I need to take a shower, there's a lot of dirty jobs here. It's summertime, you get hot, sweaty, sticky. The ability to just wash off, that's like really the last step. We've got our toilet in, we've got a sink, and if we could just have a shower, that's really the last step. And then this place is home and I don't really have to go anywhere else. We're also getting a washer and dryer installed. Again, with the hot and sweaty and the sticky and the gross and just the mess that all the demo and everything requires in this house and just putting this place back together, it'd be nice to not have to go to a laundromat to wash all of our things or back to the other place, which is a shared washer and dryer, which means you might be sitting there for a few hours waiting on somebody else's clothes to either dry or wash. Of course, on top of all that, there's another big, huge piece of the puzzle that'll be coming in soon that I personally am not doing, just like the plumbing, which we're getting an HVAC or an air conditioning / heating system for the first floor. It'll be the first floor only because I can only do what I can afford at any given time. What that does is it allows more of the rooms to be accessed at more times. It's easier to work in here when the weather is nice inside. It gets when it is really hot, it's really humid, or transversely in the winter, if the boiler system goes on the fritz again, we have this redundant system of the HVAC for heat as well. It is a more expensive system because we have to be very particular about how we fit a system like that into a house like this. So there's, we're trying not to cut any corners, but at the same time trying to make sure that the house can at least be comfortable for us to be in here. Because of course when it gets hot and you're miserable, you might be surrounded by beautiful things, but you're still not gonna be in a very good mood, or at least I am. I guess I'm more heat sensitive than cold sensitive, but definitely need some system here. So that'll be another huge step. And it's definitely one of those hurdles that was a huge step money-wise. It's something we have to have. There's a lot of things that I can't finish until we have that system. So it definitely opens up more avenues for me to finish things. And lastly, the last little bit of big news is the mansard roof. More and more of the woodwork is coming in. I'm starting to get more and more photos, and it's starting to get more and more exciting because, as you guys know, the crown, my beautiful girl's beautiful crown, is slowly getting replicated. And my historic carpenter, Eric, working with all the Hall & Brown equipment, which of course is the original owner's original machinery, which is really awesome. And the fact that we're putting it back together with his stuff is really cool. But the fact that it's so perfect and that he's such a craftsman and an artist about everything, I think is so impressive. And some of the stuff that's coming out of his workshop right now is really cool. It's certainly definitely worth the wait. It's been a long time coming, but sometimes you can't rush a person who is really doing the right thing, who is building the exact pieces for your house. That way the ones that are rotten can be replaced with the exact piece. Some of the other minor things we've been looking into, some of you may know I have a 1920s quick meal stove, which is the stove we'll be using in the kitchen. We've started looking into, or seriously looking into, the places we'll have to take it to get it completely restored. And some of you might remember from some older episodes when I was stripping the front of the building, the limestone facade of the building, that there was some bad spalling on the limestone itself at the bottoms, especially where the water would build up. And essentially what spalling is when you would get water built up, there's no way for the water to exit because they painted latex on the outside, and the stone would fall off or spall off, and you'd have these weird chunks missing. I think I found a solution that doesn't require me to go to Baltimore to take a class to purchase the product. So I no longer, I think, have to be certified to do these things. Of course, I will practice on a very inconspicuous area, but I think I found a solution to repair the front of the building. So that includes all the window sills, all the corbels that go under the sills, and then of course the flat surface of the stone itself. So I think I found a solution, so stay tuned for that. I'm really hoping I can pull this off. Of course, if I had to go to Baltimore, of course there's, either driving or flying out there, which of course now is pretty expensive. And then there's the shipping of the material, and it's a time crunch. If I can't be here working on the building, no videos get made, and therefore, YouTube AdSense doesn't send me any money to help the restoration further. So me going to Baltimore is actually a really, really hard thing. But I found another company that makes a very similar product, if not almost the same product, that happens to be in Chicago. And if you guys know US geography, St. Louis is about 4 hours from Chicago, 4 hours south. But from Baltimore, we're like 12 hours. So Chicago, a much more reasonable distance for me to go, and it makes it a whole lot easier for me to go for a weekend trip. So I think that's pretty much all the updates. I know this is a little bit of a different video than I usually make, of course. Sorry there isn't more progress on the house. There was a lot of cleaning, and things look absolutely amazing here. And actually, if you guys want me to do a tour, a walkthrough of what the tour looked like for this weekend, I'm more than happy to do that, because I know that not everybody can make it. So if you guys do want to see the tour that was presented here this Saturday, I would be more than willing to make that video for you guys. Also, Phil was here this week. He did pull some more finds out of the grounds. So that video will definitely be coming Thursday. And just before I go, I do want to thank you guys all for the positive messages you sent to both me and my father about the loss of Aspen. Reading all of your guys' stories about your pets, I'm so sorry for all of your losses as well. But it's really, really amazing to know how many of you guys really do care. It was a hard week for my last week. I'm doing much, much better this week. But yeah, guys, we appreciate it. You know, that doesn't go unnoticed. And like I said, reading your guys' stories, it's, you know, it can be rough out there, let's say sometimes. And it's cool to know sometimes that you're not alone in these things. And reading your guys' stories really did help me. And I know my father a lot this week. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. You helped me through a rough patch. So I appreciate that. And it's definitely does not go unnoticed. And for those of you who are going through something similar, or have gone through something similar recently, my sincerest apologies. You know, nothing makes it better. It's a hard thing to do. Just like, you know, losing a family member. Never easy. But I wish you the utmost strength in it. So as always, guys, thank you so very much. You guys make the world a brighter place for Kim and I, and we definitely appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I'll see you guys sometime midweek. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.